Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the DogDare Podcast. My name is David. It's been a little while, a couple weeks since I have podcasts last, so I wanted to get this short video up to say hello to everybody and give a few little announcements. It is Thursday, end of September. I don't remember the date. I'm actually flying out to San Francisco tomorrow morning for a work event. I'm currently in North Carolina, where I live, with my partner Billy and our dog Huck. So tomorrow morning I'm heading to San Francisco for an annual work convention that myself and all of my coworkers dread every year. I name it the event that shall not be named for obvious reasons. So it is a crazy time leading up to it. It's a crazy busy time during the event, and I get to fly back home next Friday, which I'm very much looking forward to. So I wanted to do a quick video while I had a few minutes at work and just say hello, everybody. A few announcements I wanted to mention. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm David DogDare on Instagram. I'll put that up here somewhere. And I have a Ravelry group named DogDare. I'll put that up here as well on Ravelry. So currently doing a mal with the lovely Jennifer and John Michael of the Color and Life podcast with a hashtag Festivus for the Rest of Us mal. It's a make-along that we came up with to kind of help people target all of their folks on their gift list ahead of time, so at Christmas we're not all slammed with last-minute gift creating and gifting. So run over, check out their podcast, Color and Life Podcast. It's a great podcast. They have a wonderful chemistry, and check them out for more details. The other thing I wanted to mention is my hashtag DogDareDow, which is a dare-along, hence the Dow. Hashtag DogDareDow. It's a dare-along I figured I'd create to kind of help all of us who want to jump in and try to do something that we've always wanted to do and dare ourselves to do that. So I plan when I get back from this work event next week, I will be doing a longer podcast and give more details of the wonderful folks who have been playing along and who have entered. Check out info over on my Ravelry page. There's folks that are trying to do marathons. There's folks that want to do their own very first podcast, do their very own pattern and put it up on Ravelry. Some who even want to dare themselves to drive, which I know is a big thing for some people. I've been in an accident several times in my life, and I know I'm a little bit apprehensive when I drive, so I'm probably the old gentleman in the slow lane going the speed limit and no more. That's me. So if you want to go check out some of those wonderful dares, go over to my Ravelry page, and there's a link there, or there's a thread there for hashtag DogDareDow. And I've been loving everybody's entries and really appreciate the kind words and the support that everybody has been giving to myself and everybody else who's been daring themselves. My dare was to take singing lessons. So I've done so far 5 lessons with a wonderful teacher. I am not going to sing for you today. I'll dare myself in the future too on a podcast, but not today. But I've really been having a lot of fun. I'm learning a lot of sheet music, learning how to read sheet music and what the notes mean and how the performer works with the band and just stuff I didn't know before. And one of the reasons why I wanted to actually take some classes, because all of that fascinates me very much. So I've actually been enjoying it, learning how to breathe from the diaphragm and just stuff that I've heard about before but never been able to do it. So I am loving it. And it's scary for me because I've never sung in front of anybody in my life. Whenever there's like a birthday party and people are singing happy birthday, I will lip sync. So it's a big thing for me to actually do that. So luckily I found a great teacher who's been really good and helpful. The other dare I gave myself was I've been a vegetarian for a couple of years now. My partner Bill and I have been trying to be a vegan, and I finally took the dare a couple of weeks ago when I started the DogDareDow from my last podcast. and we started to eat vegan. So, and we also cut out sugar, and we did not we're not eating processed meals. So everything has to be made fresh, and it has been a challenge for me, because I've realized, I've always known that I'm sort of an emotional eater. When I'm down or in the dumps or stressed, I tend to go straight for the sugary, wonderful, delicious treats. So when I'm not able to do that now, plus you can't eat after 7 p.m. on this program that we're on, which is another challenge for me because I was always a late night snacker. So it has been rough, but it's getting a little easier. Billy has lost 12 pounds, and he's down to 171, I believe. I started at 208, and I've lost 22 pounds. So I'm not saying that to kind of say, hey, try this new fad, this new diet. That's not the point. But for me, it just shows you how much sugar intake I was taking in and how much bad food I was eating, even though I was a vegetarian. So I'm very happy. My goal is to lose another 10 pounds per my doctor's requests in the past. My goal weight should be about 175 for my height and build. So I'm about 10 pounds away from that, so I'm looking forward to keeping with it. But it is interesting because I've been on some, family calls and stuff that have been a bit stressful, and when I hang up, I just, it's in the evening and my mind just cannot shut up about eating M&Ms, peanut M&Ms, cupcakes, candy, all that stuff. And I told Billy when we started this, I said, if this is going to work for me, we have to rid everything in our house of anything that we are not allowed to eat. And that's what we did, because if I had stuff in the house, I probably would have caved. But it's been good. It's been great having his support and everybody's support out there who's also participating in the DogDare DAO. But I will keep you posted on the singing and the health weight stuff for me. What else did I want to mention? Oh, last but not least, also announcing a hashtag Rhinebeck Scavenger Hunt 2017. It's a game that we came up with, we meaning Nancy from the Round Rabbit Podcast, Lorelei from Handmade by Lorelei Podcast, Jake and Ray from the Dogstar Makecast podcast, and Stephanie and Rebeccah from the Mean Girls Knit podcast. We're all going to be roomies up there at Rhinebeck, which is going to be a lot of fun, but we've been connecting and really wanted to have people who aren't able to go to Rhinebeck feel like they're a part of it. I know, understandably, if I hear a lot of people saying, I'm going to Disneyland, and that's what everybody's talking about, there's a bit of me that feels a little sad that I'm not going to Disneyland, and I tend to not want to hear it sometimes. So I know that same thing happens for Rhinebeck, people who are going to Rhinebeck and talk about it on their podcasts and so forth. But this is a way for hopefully everybody who is going to Rhinebeck and those who are not able to make it there feel like they are part of the crowd. So we're going to be giving out clues, and we will give those clues out via YouTube. It could be via Instagram, so make sure you follow all of us on Instagram. And it may be, Instagram posts, Instagram, those 24-hour stories, just some fun, different clues that we're going to be coming up with and giving out to the web for all you folks who are following along. And what you'll do is keep a little handy secret notebook and write down all those clues that you find. And then when Rhinebeck is over, we will give the announcement of how to enter all of your clues. Now, don't worry, you don't have to get every single clue that we give, because there may be a ton of them coming out. Not a ton, but there may be a bunch coming out. Just keep a notebook, and we will let you know at the end of where to submit your clues. But we want to have it fun for everybody. We didn't want it to be too complicated. We didn't want to have a bunch of rules. We didn't have time for a mal. There's tons of Rhinebeck mals out there and knit-alongs and so forth. So we came up with this kind of fun game thing. So it'll be a chance that we can show videos live there from Rhinebeck, so you can see those, see what the event is like. We're hoping to meet some other wonderful folks, and a few other folks that I'm fanboying about, they may end up being one of the clues. So stay tuned. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with it. We're also going to be buying prizes there actually at Rhinebeck, excuse me. I'm getting emotional. We're going to be buying prizes there at Rhinebeck for the giveaway. So that also will allow people who aren't able to go to feel like they've gotten something that was there at Rhinebeck. So again, we want it to be very inclusive and everybody feel like they're part of it, so nobody feels excluded or left out because they're not able to go. Because going, you know, it's in New York, it's far away, it's expensive, you know, life gets in the way of that stuff. So this is a chance for all of us to hopefully play along and have fun with it. So again, it's hashtag Rhinebeck Scavenger Hunt 2017. Make sure you follow myself and all of those wonderful folks I'm going with. I'll list all of them up here and in the description below. Make sure you follow them on Instagram and make sure you follow their podcasts. Another thing, I mentioned this before, I mentioned it again, just so you know, my profile on Instagram is private. So follow me if you've not followed me yet. I'll see your request and I'll accept you. The reason I do that is I've noticed there's a lot of spam and a lot of adult content, people who try to follow people. I've learned this through my job as well. So I don't like to open up my list of followers or people I'm following to just anybody who can then pilfer other people. So I just do that in a way to make sure people who want to follow me are actually people who are interested in fiber and knitting and so forth. And not something that's a little bit adult in nature, so to speak. So if you've not done that on your Instagram feed, you might want to check your followers and weed out anybody to do that. You can definitely click the button and block them as well, which I do on a daily basis. People who are, you know, again, adult content or salespeople and stuff like that. So anyway, that's a bird almost ran into my huge head. Did you see that bird fly by? There's like an episode of Seinfeld with Elaine. A bird flew into her head at a park because I think a guy that she broke up with said that she had a big head. Anyway, I got a big head. So anyway, I wander. So that's it. So follow us on Instagram, follow us on YouTube. Stay tuned for more details. Again, this was just a short little video because I have not put one up in a while, and I know I've been a bit busy, and I'm going to be gone in San Francisco starting tomorrow. I'll take some video while I'm there to include in the next podcast. But anyway, thank you all very much. I greatly appreciate it. I very much appreciate all you subscribers, all you folks that are following me, and all you folks that are playing along on the various MALs and DAOs, because I think it's a lot of fun. This knitting community has meant more to me than you can know. Also, an update on my brother. I have I'm the youngest of 8 kids. One of my brothers has stage 4 cancer, and he's still doing chemo. He's hanging in there. The chemo seems to be helping shrink the cancer a bit, so we hope to hear soon a little more of a better prognosis than what we initially had, which was only 6 months. He's right now, we had him relocated to Palm Springs, where another brother of ours is at, and he's loving his new home and his new apartment and his new area. So I appreciate everybody's kind and wonderful messages and comments about that, and prayers and well wishes. I have shared those with him, and it means a lot. It means more to me than you will know. So thank you all very much. Have a wonderful, fantastic day ahead and a fantastic weekend ahead, and I will see you soon. Take care, everybody.